Well, well, well. Look who we got here.
Oh, what?
We are live, good sir.
I don't think we are.
Yes, we are. How much
Am
you
I
want?
s- am I stupid?
I don't know if you're stupid. I don't know about that. But according to all this, we are live.
Oh shit. Oh wait.
Are we not live on your end? Is that what you're saying?
No. Last live a minute ago.
Well, that's not true. Maybe I need to.
Okay.
Maybe I need to fix it.
Maybe because I'm sorry, friend. Oh, there it is.
See, why do you doubt me? Why do you doubt me?
Wait, man, it just popped up.
Yeah, probably did. Sure it did. Probably been there the whole time. You just busted my balls for no reason.
Yeah, I don't do that.
That's true. All
Well,
right. Well,
how's it going, man?
not too bad. How about yourself? How was your
Eh,
Thanksgiving? Did you get full, eat a lot of food?
I mean, I cooked. I was up at 5
You
cooking
cooked.
turkey.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was a filled day of cooking, it felt like. And then I napped.
What did you cook? Give us a layout of what you actually did. What did you actually
I
prepare?
I cooked a turkey that turned out like shit. I cooked mashed potatoes that were phenomenal. Corn that was delicious. Carrots, glazed carrots that were super good. Uh, that's all I cooked.
Did you
It
just
was-
have the trio of you over? Was that it?
Her parents and uh sister, boyfriend,
Ah,
her friend, and that's it.
hmm. Did you guys have it at your place or at your?
Yeah, at our place.
Wow. You had a big crowd there.
I mean, big crowd is.
Wait, did you have more than eight? Let me count. One, two, three. Looks like you had just about eight. So you were.
No, we had. Hold on. Now I'm thinking 2, 4, 6, 7. We had 7. We were
Oh,
under the legal limit.
nice. So Uncle Andy wasn't gonna come knocking on your door about it.
No,
I
that'd be
just.
a weird thing to happen.
What
I'd
is?
have to buzz them in, and like it would be weird.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah, they were doing that up in New York. They were busting down people's doors when they seen that or had complaints that there were more than like 6 or 7 people there. People were losing their minds about it. Just
Well,
how would you feel if
what
that
about
happened to
you?
you? Huh?
I mean, that would be stupid.
Waste of
I
time.
would literally just be like, okay, you're really
But yeah, for me, it was good. We did have over the legal limit, so we were,
oh
yeah,
bad.
we were going crazy.
Tisk tisk.
Yeah, I know.
What did you cook?
Oh, dude, I don't cook anything.
Oh, I, I guess
I
that's
I
fair.
am just the I just
Eater.
partake. Yes, I just partake in the consumption, and boy, did I eat! Oh boy, man, I'll tell you one thing. That ham, oh, ham was so good.
Ah, ham is disgusting.
I, excuse me.
Ham is disgusting.
So
Ham
what do
is
you just
not
have?
a
Turkey.
Thanksgiving.
So what do you have?
Yeah,
Just turkey covered in gravy? Is that what you had?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's what everybody does. Why can't you try to
right.
be?
Because you know, Thanksgiving is a turkey,
It is.
not a
No,
ham.
and yes, we had ham and we had turkey. So stuffing.
It's just, it's just extra. It's just extra. Why? Why do you need that?
Be,
Stuffing's awesome. Stuffing's.
not a big fan of stuffing.
Oh man, I love it.
Mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, the most delicious homemade bread you would ever have in your life. Ah, oh, so
I do
delish.
love homemade bread.
It smells so good too. I love it.
I know.
And peanut butter
Permeates a
pie.
house. Peanut butter pie.
Do you like peanut butter pie?
I've never heard of such things.
What do you mean? It's how have you never heard of a peanut butter pie? You've heard of chocolate pie, right?
I have.
I find it odd that you've never heard of a peanut butter pie, but it was delicious. Had like an
Okay.
Oreo crust. Oh, so good. But
I
yeah,
mean, I had pumpkin bread pudding.
ugh, pumpkin anything is disgusting.
Okay. I mean, why do you even fuck with Thanksgiving if you think pumpkin anything is disgusting?
well, I mean, I like things. I like the
The
family,
the ham.
Yeah, no, shut up. The familial, the family atmosphere. I like that.
Yeah.
But I was a little more reserved this year, just because like with everything going on. So I've been a little bit more anxious around big, large groups of people. So I would sometimes retreat back to my sanctuary or retreat to the basement or wherever I go and just kind of chill by myself for a bit. But it's just kind of a weird time. Not like I didn't trust people that they weren't gonna like bring in COVID or anything. It's just with me the last 6, 7 months, it's just been a lot of not leaving the house and not dealing
I
with you.
mean, I get that. I I haven't seen you in what, 8 months?
Well, we saw each other at Skyline.
Oh, I guess that's true.
You already forgot about our one
6 months?
lunch. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so nice of you.
I did forget.
I see where I am on the totem pole.
That was what was that?
I don't
It
know.
doesn't matter.
It was in
We'll find.
August. It was in August.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't remember if I had August or September, but whatever. Yeah, but it's just been weird. So with a whole big group of people and all that. So,
yeah.
but
I mean, I
it
get that.
it was fun though. It was good
Did
to
you
see
eat in your
everybody.
room?
Did I eat in my room? No, I didn't eat in my
Yeah,
room.
video chat from your bedroom.
No, yeah, we had like a Zoom thing going on out there.
Yeah,
Hey
that sounds
guys,
like a
yeah.
good idea.
No, I can't do that. That's rude.
Oh,
You would you would never do that. Well, okay, maybe you would actually with some people.
I think it's
Yeah.
my goal next year to not cook.
Well, why did you offer to cook,
Um, kind of.
or were you just kind of pushed? Like, hey, you should do this.
Little this, little that.
I gotcha. Yeah, I love the not cooking part just because I know if I did cook, it would be absolutely terrible. And the people who do all the cooking are fantastic at it, so why take away the joy from them of
Yeah, the
cooking?
joy.
I would just put out a lesser dish. So why even waste time with the
I
lesser
guess that
dish?
makes sense.
Yeah, so I mean, Thanksgiving was good, but now on to Christmas, all the children's favorite holiday, the birth of our Lord and Savior. We should do a Bible sermon here.
No, we shouldn't.
Oh, come on. We could
Uh,
do.
that's not a good idea.
Alright, so what do we got next? What's
We
next?
got that monolith that was in Utah.
Yeah, so do you know anything much about it?
It blew up and then disappeared. The thing's gone already.
Yeah. So what do you think? What's your
So at
suspicions?
first, I was just like, "Oh shit, aliens," because like that's nutty. I was like so hyped, middle of nowhere, blah blah blah. But then my my excitement got ruined because then I saw like up close pictures and I was like, oh, some dingbat put that there. Why? I mean, I don't know. That's kind of silly, but
Why do you think it was some dingbat? Like, did it have like some kind of?
oh, it's like riveted together.
Oh,
It would
really?
make yeah, it's like glued to the rock or was glued to the rocks. It was like it's not. I mean, at first it looked like it was just like shoved in the rocks, and you were just like, "Oh my God, that's so crazy." But I mean, aliens aren't gonna rivet things together.
You never know. You don't know what kind of
Uh,
technology they have. They might be lesser technology wise when it comes to. Yeah, I can't win that argument because
yeah, you can't
either.
because I mean UFOs and then a riveted metal piece in the middle of Utah.
That's true.
I'm gonna go with it wasn't aliens.
I remember when I first saw it, I was like, man, it's like just like cue the 2001 Space Odyssey theme song, like
Yeah, like
zooming
it was
into.
crazy, but everybody and their mother went and saw it because they were like, "We're not going to tell you where it is." And then I think it was like I don't know. There was an entire post on how this person figured out where it was within like 10 minutes of it being introduced. It
Really?
was,
Because
yeah, oh
I
yeah.
read it was the middle of the desert. So like, did they
Yeah.
have?
Oh yeah. Well, it's like 15 minutes outside of the town, but it's like 2 hours outside of the town, if that makes sense. Like
Gotcha.
in flying distance, it's like 15 minutes, but it was like 2 hours with a little bit of off-roading and a whole lot of hiking.
Yeah. So wasn't it found by people using like a chopper for like what were they doing? I can't.
They were counting goats.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just it would have been so amazing if it like was actually something that was like not Earth made.
I mean, that would be crazy, but man, those up close pictures really ruined it for me.
To see like the rivets and like it's not straight. Everything looks all cockeyed. I just
Yeah, I
I
mean, it's gone now. I mean, it's
yeah I saw
I
that it
don't
disappeared, but do you think anybody will come
I
out and claim it?
no, I think somebody like some government official probably took it because that it's actually really close to that place where the guy fell in the hole and had to cut his arm off so he didn't die.
Oh, the 127-hour guy
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really close to that like site or whatever. And
I
like
didn't know that.
it's basically just like it's don't go out there unless you know you can go out there type thing.
Huh? I did
So,
not hear that part of it.
yeah.
I know it had like a huge crowd of like scientists and stuff, and like people from like the local universities or whatever were going to look at it, and they didn't really say much about it. They just kind of like, huh, kind of like a moment, like, wonder how this got here. And I didn't get a
I
chance
mean,
to look at these pictures that you saw that were up close. I saw
yeah.
mostly like video footage, so it was a little harder to
And then
tell.
there was like Google Images. It was not there like 5 years ago, so it's a recent installation and
Hmm.
yeah.
So that's, but just imagine if it was something like they couldn't figure out what it was. Like they were looking at, like they couldn't figure out the metal. Like it's
I
vibranium.
mean, yeah, that would be crazy if that was like the case, but and I got my hopes up for a hot second, but then
It's
the internet ruined it for me like they do everything else.
well, that's where you get your wealth of knowledge. If you ever like think something's wrong or don't agree with something or try to find a solution to a problem, you can usually find it on the internet. It's
That's
pretty,
true.
it's pretty helpful.
Unless you're looking for somebody to validate you, and then there's probably not the best place to
That's
go.
true. Good point. Yeah. It made me think of the. You ever seen the movie Interstellar with Matthew
Yes.
McConaughey? Like
Yeah.
the machine. I can't remember what the name of it was, but the little helper machine guys that were like walking around. They were like little monolith guys that were they were splitting, not really split into two pieces, but they could run by like going halves and
Oh, yeah.
made me
I
think of that
remember.
thing. And I was like, man, that would be sweet if people were there and all of a sudden they just like popped up and just took off running. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
it would
people
definitely be crazy, but ah,
you just can't you just can't wonder after seeing the pictures, huh? After you saw the picture,
no.
just like just ruins
After
it.
seeing it, like literally just being riveted together, and I was just like, oh, damn. And I bet that person was just like, I fucking got him.
Do you think it was like a college student
I
or
don't know
like
about the
some?
college student, but it was just it had to have been some person.
I don't I just. I mean, I understand like doing those kind of like pranks, but man, some of them just require way too much dedication for me to ever do. I could
Well,
ne-
I do agree, but also it doesn't seem like this person really gave a shit if anybody found it or not.
That's true.
Because think about it, like somebody could have just been like, "Oh my God, look, there's this thing that I found,"
Mhm.
and then now that's not the case anymore.
It's weird. It makes I don't know why, but it makes me think of that Area 51 thing that was going on. What was it like a year and a half ago?
The
Where they were
raid.
yeah, where they were all gonna Naruto run into the Area 51 wall or gonna sack it. I'm like, okay, okay.
I,
Now I
I
just
mean, Yeah. Some people are goobs, man. Some people just they need something to live for, I guess.
But do you think like there's like say if it was like some kind of terrestrial object, do you even believe in aliens? Do you believe that there's a
Yeah, I believe in aliens.
so you're not you so you say do you think it's the ignorant to think that there isn't any aliens?
Well, they have very much confirmed they're aliens. Like 3 times this year.
Well, I mean, this year is can't really take much in stock of what happened this year.
You can too when the Department of Defense says, yeah, we're not sure what that is. And then another group that were also talking, they were like, oh, yeah, we do have otherworldly metal.
Okay, I can see understand. Well, otherworldly metal could also be from scientific from like when they
Or
went.
what? No, they said otherworldly vehicles. I'm so sorry.
Okay. But do you want to believe the Trump administration Department of Defense? Since you're already kind of sketchy on the whole administration anyway, you can believe this part of it, but you can't believe other parts of it.
I mean, I it was more just saying, yeah,
Yeah,
this is what this is.
that's fair because they did like declassify like a whole bunch of like UFO documentation and all
Yeah,
that
I
stuff.
mean, it was like, what was it? It was that 2016 video where the fighter pilots were like, "What the fuck is that?" And then this little thingy was like, they're like, "Try to track it," and then it just didn't track well. And then they were just like, "Oh my God, what is this?" And it was like zoop, 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 like around the screen. And then biggity bam,
it
people were
gone.
just like, "Oh my God, aliens!" And then they didn't say shit for 2 years, 3 years, and then last year they were like, I mean, maybe, who knows? And then this year they were like, yeah, okay, we don't know what it was. And then later on they were just like, also we have the worldly vehicles, so definitely could have been one of those.
Was that like the actual voice from like
Yeah,
the news?
basically.
In the end, we don't know what it was,
Yeah,
but we have
I mean
some.
that's how I pictured it.
That's how I pictured it. I mean
Some
I think it'd be crazy not to think that that there isn't like any other kind of like intellectual being out there. I think it'd be kind of dumb to think that just because
I don't even have you don't honestly have to even go that far. Alien can literally be any life form.
outside
To
of
so
yeah
yeah,
true
so to say that there's just no living organism outside of our atmosphere,
true.
minus I guess like the people on the space station and shit, but like you know what I mean.
Do you think Tesla's gonna make it to the moon or SpaceX?
I mean, maybe.
Have you been watching the launches, dude? It's freaking dope to
I
tech.
watched the one before the last one.
Yeah, I watched that one. I didn't watch the last one either, but man, when I saw that rocket land,
Oh yeah, I was a fucking child. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I had it on the living room TV. I had it on um my computer monitor. I was like refreshing tweets on my phone. I was so excited.
everybody was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool," but people who like really kind of understand it, like, do you not understand? They could never program this ever before. Used to be that it would just drop in the ocean.
Oh yeah, for it to like just fly back and land. Like, what up? I'm ready to be used again.
Exactly. Yeah,
That is pretty fucking cool.
yeah. There were, some people were like, "Huh, it just came back and landed." I'm sure they did it like remotely or something. I said, "No, the thing did it itself."
Yeah, no, it's real. It's really cool.
I just I find it amazing, and especially now. I think what they're supposed to do, like, not maybe not not this year, but next year they're supposed to take like the first private citizens like in the
Uh,
space.
Yeah.
Man, could you imagine? Oh, I wish I could afford that ticket. I
Do
think it'd
you?
be I'd do it if I was in the right if I was healthy enough. No, I don't think I probably would be, but I think it would be pretty sweet if I was a normal, healthy, person. I would I know normal,
If I
healthy.
was a normal, healthy, rich,
Well,
super rich, had connections person, I would definitely do that.
I think Elon Musk really needs to like do a lottery for one of them.
That's not gonna happen.
Why not? He'd make more
He-
money on a lottery than he would on the ticket.
I don't know,
That would be oh my
but
god.
I don't think it's really up to him.
Well, it's probably not. Well, I mean, come on, he is like the
The
CEO.
second richest person in the world.
Yeah, and he runs both companies. I don't know how much sway. I mean, I guarantee he has all the sway, but I don't know
He's
what's
got
it.
a lot of sway on the stock market, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Anytime that motherfucker tweets, it goes down.
He really needs to like not tweet as much as he does, especially when he's tweeting about his kid X dash A1 dash 3 whatever.
Archangel.
What?
That's what it is. It's Archangel.
Well, yeah. I mean, whatever. Yeah, but yeah, we're going off on a tangent like always. That was
Yeah,
my
well,
bad.
that's what we do.
That's true. That's true. So what do we got on the rest?
We got holiday shopping. Now, I got this. I have a question for you.
Okay, you got a question. I
Do
love questions.
you prefer to shop in person or online?
Well, depends on the stuff. Like usually, I'd say 90% of my shopping's online and 10% in person.
Now, if you had the option to literally have everything at both places, what would you prefer to do?
If I had everything at both places,
So, like, say I mean, you could shop for everything in stores or online.
I'd
It
probably
wouldn't.
I'd probably do online because like it used to be with me. It used to be that like I'd much rather have it now, but now with the the way Amazon and most of these other online retailers are, where they'll pretty damn skippy get it to you within 2 days. It's like,
Right. That's true.
do I really need it right now? So, I mean, I would do mostly online. That's all I've done recently, unless I
Right.
couldn't find it online or unless I thought the online price was outrageous.
Right. I mean, that's a good point. I was just curious of like how you were because I am a in-person shopper
I know you do, especially with clothes.
with everything. Well, absolutely with clothes. I don't buy clothes online, minus my underwear now because it is now MeUndies. That would be great if we could eventually get a MeUndies sponsor, so I could stop paying $17 a pair
Well,
for a pair of undies.
who pays $17 anyway for a
I
pair?
do
That's
because
insane.
they are the best. They
Jeez.
are the bee's knees of undies. I'm
Wow.
telling you.
I guess
But
my seven
besides
dollar
that,
pack of Fruit of Looms won't do.
it's not worth it, man. I'm telling you.
Okay. All right.
It but um yeah, I mean, I just prefer to shop in person. Now, I will say this year I have done minus what is it? Two things? Three things, I guess. I have gotten everything else online, and it is like it's definitely weird to do that. And I went out today and it was just
Mayhem.
it, yes, like ridiculous. Now, Target and Meyer, both people were incredibly respect like they did the whole nobody needs to be that close to somebody type thing,
Yeah.
and it was real nice. And then all of a sudden I get to Walmart and it is chaos.
Free for all, man. Balls to the
Yeah.
wall. Crazy. I know it is there.
Yeah, it's just rough. I mean, I was gonna see if I could find anything to like get from the store or whatever, and like shop for, if I could find anything that I could get for Christmas or whatever. So I go to
Hmm.
Target. I couldn't find what I wanted. I went to Meijer. I couldn't find what I wanted. So I was like, fuck it, I'll try Walmart. And after Walmart, I was gonna go to um, the grocery store to buy groceries and shit. Man, by the time I left Walmart, I was so emotionally drained from just like, oh my god, like why the hell are people like this? I just went home.
I mean, what would you actually see it as possibly a good thing? Because maybe normalcy, like normal shopping, is returning. Because trust me, Walmart's always been that bad around here. So
I definitely do agree, but no, I mean I think that it's a very bad idea for that many people to be in that crowded place. Walmarts are never a, in my opinion, even no like disease rummaging around. It's always extremely crowded.
Yeah,
I'm not talking with people per se. I'm talking their aisles are always just like one person wide.
yeah, true. Yeah, so you said you went to Myers and Target, and they
Yeah.
weren't. Was it they just weren't as busy, or were they doing?
I mean, they're busy, but it just feels like they're just it's two different groups of people. So you
Oh,
got your Walmart people that seem like they just don't give a flying fuck about anything, and then you got your Target and Meijer people that are just like, we know there's a pandemic. We're gonna. I mean, you have a couple people that are just like whatever, but like most
yeah,
people are just like, we're gonna just hang out away from people. We're gonna shop without being next to somebody. That type of
yeah.
thing.
So were the people like, was pretty much everybody wearing masks, or were they like,
Oh yeah, everybody's wearing masks.
oh, everybody was okay? So that's a good step because I know a lot of people were concerned about in our area that people were just gonna be like, "Puh, no mask."
Well, I mean, that's just. I mean, there were some people in Walmart that were like, I mean, why even put it on your face if you're not going to wear it properly? But I mean, I went to the gas station yesterday and there were employees without masks and shit. Like, it's just these people around here don't give a fuck.
Well, outside is a little different too.
Yeah, but I'm saying inside.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, okay,
like outside is. I mean, I like if I'm walking out of like like for example, like I'm gonna have my mask on until I'm not around somebody.
yeah.
Just because it's just I feel like it's just nice.
I mean, I can understand the shopping experience now. I mean, especially, I think it also, I mean, it kind of ties back to the issue that I was having with large groups and anxiety because we hadn't really been exposed to that in so long. When you get so used to being, inside and most places are closed and you can't really go out, do any kind of normal day to day shopping or eating out or whatever, and you get used to those close quarters, and then you see all these people at once, it just kind of overwhelms you sensory wise, and I think that probably has something to do with it too. And plus, your frustration is just like it's too many people. We know there
Yeah.
shouldn't be this many people, so I would say it's
Yeah. It really felt, I mean, it did feel like there was just why are you I mean, granted I'm also there. You know what I mean? But like I just want to be like, why the fuck are you guys all here?
so you're kind of like Dwight, like the Earth, the world needs a new plague. That was you're kind of like saying there's too many people.
No, but it's also like
I love that accent.
when you see an entire like six people family
Yeah,
like walking behind like one behind each other, it's just like you don't think most of you could have stayed home.
yeah, true. So
I
it's
get it with kids, but it was like I just saw like groups of fucking people.
it's it for a while though, weren't they doing like one per household? I guess they kind of
Yeah,
like
they were.
curved back on that. I mean, I'm okay with that because I think that's a better idea anyway. Because like when I was a kid, oh my god, my parents never took me in the stores.
Yeah,
They would never let like any kind of grocery, Walmart, like you're here staying in the car. Like here's some
really.
books and stuff. Read because this was like before cell phones and before Game Boys. So it's like
You're
fine.
not that old. Jesus Christ.
I'm old.
You had a Game Boy when you were a child.
I didn't have a Game Boy until I was like 9.
No, but I'm saying
Well, I
there
did, but not
weren't.
at those times. Like when I was young, I'm talking like between 4 and 8.
They just leave you by yourself?
In the car, yeah.
Fuck.
Dude, times were different, man. Even back then, they weren't scared about kids being taken from cars. And then when they did take us in, uh, like if we were going to the grocery store, my dad would sit us on like whatever was like in the front, like usually they had like big things of water or like dog food like piled in the
Right.
front. He'd just be like,
Yeah.
sit here, don't move, and we would literally sit there and not move.
Oh damn.
Yeah, dude, we didn't really go into the store until we were probably closer to 8 or 9, and then we were just like annoying them because it was like, hey, I'd like to have this. Well, you're not getting that. Okay. And then you
I
cry about it, and then eventually they might get it for you, and then it's
huh.
back to the car. So yeah. So like
I
you didn't have
I
that
was
growing up?
always there. I mean, I just always went in, I
Well,
guess.
maybe you were just a perfect little boy.
I was. You're
Maybe,
right.
maybe, but yeah. So
I
that's.
always.
But it's like, I mean, I don't see why people have to take like, if they got 3 kids, why you gotta take all 3 kids into the store and take like,
I mean, I'm gonna take all three kids into the store if I like don't have a choice.
I'm not
I
talking
also
baby.
don't own a Tesla, so I can't keep them in there and be like, "Hey, they're gonna be comfortable."
What are you trying to say? Every other car is not comfortable?
I'm just saying, like, it can get hot and cold in a car that's not running anymore.
Yeah, but it's not. Oh my god. It's not like they left us in a hot car. The windows were probably down, and usually they would leave the keys in it
Uh,
sometimes, and we were given stern orders not to touch the key. So we listened. We didn't, mess with
I
the
mean, I
car.
believe you, but that is not how I was like raised.
Hey man, that's what my parents thought they, and I turned out pretty well. So I mean,
I mean, I think you're all right.
just thank you. That's awful
You're
nice.
welcome.
That's
I think
all.
you're pretty cool.
That's awful nice of you. But yeah, but going back to what we were talking about shopping, online shopping, yeah, for me, it's just so much more easier, and I can wait a couple days.
I
So,
will say that I'm a huge fan of in-store pickup, or like
oh
where
my
they
god,
just bring it out to my car.
the curbside or whatever they do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that shit's dope.
I haven't done that yet. I know Best Buy does it really well.
Yeah, that's I got one of my gifts for a friend that way.
How do you do it? Did you just order it online and then you told them
Yeah,
you would
you
be
just
there?
order it online. That's what I was doing last Sunday. That's why
Yeah, you were late.
I
Yeah,
yeah, well, I 5 minutes.
okay.
But yeah, that's what I was doing. I went to Best Buy. They were just like, "Yo, what up?" They put it in the back of my vehicle, and then biggity bam, I was on my way home.
How did you pay for it? Did you pay for it online?
Online, yeah,
And you just had it like a pickup option for that day, and then you just went in like, yeah, Alistair here for yada yada yada,
yeah,
and they went and got
it
it.
was, yeah.
Huh.
No, I mean, well, it's you like pull up, and then you're like in a number or whatever, um, and on like your phone, you just say what number you're at, and
Hmm.
somebody brings your shit out.
It's pretty handy. I haven't done that. Okay, I lied. I had done that with Home Depot.
Oh, I did it with Home Depot a couple days ago too.
Yeah, Home Depot I had to do to get some insulation for my cabin, which was so much nicer. And that poor guy, man, it was like 80 degrees that day, and that dude was just sweating, bringing out all that insulation and putting it in my truck. I was like, man, he's like, that's gotta be rough. He's like, it's not too bad. I just can't. He was like, I just need to make sure I take a lot of breaks for water and everything. I said, yeah, you better make sure you do that.
Yeah.
I even gave him a little extra tip because the guy was so nice about it and everything. I was like, here you go, man. Thanks
You
for doing.
tip?
Yeah, I tip sometimes if they're doing
Are you
hard
are you
work.
supposed to tip?
No,
Oh, okay. Because like I was just like, oh, I hope not, because I would feel really fucking bad if
no.
you.
Well, granted, this guy for you at Best Buy probably brought out like what one or two little one thing. So
One
you,
item, yeah.
well, what did you get at Home Depot?
I got I don't know if I should say. I mean, I can't imagine they're gonna listen, but
Never mind. You don't have to say it. You don't want
yeah, I'm not gonna say just in case.
to. Okay, but was it
It's
big?
Christmas gift. It was yeah, it barely fit in the fucking vehicle.
Ah, so yeah, maybe you should have tipped him then.
Wow. Let's be real. It's not like he did much, but
Well, the guy that did for me brought out like 11 rolls of insulation.
oh
Not
Jesus.
heavy, but it was like 80 something degrees outside, and that dude was working his rear end off.
Yeah, I
So,
mean that's nice of you. I'd appreciate it if I was him.
Yeah, yeah, it can be nice, but
Sometimes.
sometimes. But I mean, I like the weird thing about in-person shopping is I like it for like electronics. Like
Oh yeah,
I like going to Best Buy and looking through like certain kind of like PC parts and all that kind
I
of
get
stuff.
that.
Like I feel like when I built my PC, I ordered it all off Amazon, but I didn't get like my processor until like it was supposed to be there like the day of when we were building it, and I was like, ah, it's probably not gonna make it. So I just went to Best Buy and picked up one, and I was thinking like, man, I probably should have done this to begin with, just because it was at that time it was the first time I built a PC. I was looking through everything. I was like, I would have had more fun just searching through this stuff to find
Micro
stuff.
Center.
I know that's that's a whole other story. I was gonna go up there yesterday, but something else happened, and I haven't really been able to go anywhere. So, but I was pumped about going to Micro Center, but I'll eventually get up there.
Yeah,
So
I'm a big fan of that place.
it's just so far away. Like, didn't there used to be one in Florence?
I don't think so.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh well. I thought there was one right near us. Cause I thought it was
No,
over there by like where the TNA gas station is. Oh well.
I
Hmm.
don't know where that is.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't, Alistair.
Oh yeah, I do. No, it wasn't. There wasn't anything over there.
I thought there was. Huh, whatever,
No,
but it's just you got to go all the way up, around the whole loop, up through. I just don't
it's
want to do
not
that.
that bad.
It's 45-minute
Plus
drive.
it's plus it's a nice little like
What?
it's a nice drive. You get to it's like going to a candy store.
I'm sure it is. I haven't yet to experience it, so but
Yeah.
it's up by IKEA,
Have you
isn't
ever
it?
seen Parks and Rec?
I've seen Parks and Rec, yeah.
You know that episode when Ron goes to the hardware store and they ask him if he needs help and no
Yeah,
more than you.
that's one of my favorite
That's how
memes.
it feels like when I go to Micro Center. Not all the time, do like I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely know more than them. But it's just like one time I went up there and I wanted like a laptop and basically wanted something really specific. And I cannot remember what oh no, yeah, I just wanted something that I can use. I think it was for college, like
Yeah,
way a while ago.
yeah,
And I was just like, I just need a basically a notebook. And this was like early Chromebooks, so they weren't really popular at that point.
yeah.
And this dickhead was just like, "Oh, you're gonna need an i7 and like 16 gigs of RAM." And I'm just thinking, No, like
Like 16 gigs of RAM, like 7 or 8 years ago, was even kind of like, yee.
right." And I was just like, I don't think so there, fella." And then I was just like, "Okay," and I just left. Like I didn't leave the store, but I just left that guy because I was just like, "You clearly have no fucking clue what you're talking about."
Oh, he's a salesman, man. He's got to sell you the high priced items so he gets his little kickback. He's got to
No,
get that little kickback for him. I didn't know that Micro Center had like a whole PC building area that you can go into. Like
you
you
can
could.
pay.
Oh, do you have to pay to use it?
You can pay them to put it together for you.
But
Like you
don't.
can buy the parts and then.
I thought they had it there so where you can do it yourself.
I mean, not that I'm aware of.
But anyway, but it's just,
Maybe.
I'm just so like everything you could ever want, I know is there, and I just like one day I will get there to go and actually experience it for myself. Because I see like all these videos where people were going in and doing these shopping sprees at Micro Center to build their PC, and I'm just like, that could have been me. But
Yeah, until you go up there with the intentions of building your computer, and then they have their own computer
oh
built,
god,
and it's $200 cheaper than what you would build it for. I was like, well, fuck that. Then I guess I'm not building it.
did you buy it right then and there?
Yeah,
Still going well
because
for
I
you
mean,
too, right?
oh yeah, it was just like, well, okay, technically $300 cheaper because I would have had to buy Windows. But the only
Yeah.
thing I don't like about it is the power supply, which I can eventually replace, but I don't do much gaming.
Yeah.
Like I won't like I do on an occasion, but it's never like I mean, I've put 13 hours in on RuneScape on a couple days, but like it's not like I'm putting 13 hours of a high cost game, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I just I like the idea of just building it, so I spent a little bit more to build it. But I also didn't really find much comps to my using my processor and the video and the graphics card that I had, so it kind of worked out. But I am gonna have to upgrade to more hard drive space eventually.
Yeah,
Just
I
cause,
also am gonna need that.
well, cause I think like
I got my fingers crossed. I got some for on Christmas list from Santa.
oh, isn't that sweet?
It
But
is.
with I have the Microsoft Game Pass for the PC, which is
Yeah,
pretty amazing, and they're adding all of the EA titles. So like all
yeah.
the Star Wars games are coming to it. So I'm like, dope. So I need more space because I'm gonna be uh playing some eventually Squadrons. I may buy Squadrons outright though, because Squadrons looks pretty dope. But then
I
I but then I gotta get an
oh,
Oculus Quest.
you don't have to.
But it makes it even better. VR
I,
baby.
I guess.
Sit there and fly my fighter. Oh man, that'd be sweet. Now
And
it's in,
I would do VR for like I don't know, other shit.
like what?
I don't know.
They also say it's good like if you're not a sports person. They say they're good for watching sports as well. They're much more
Watching
immersive.
sports?
Yeah, because you can use it to like watch basketball games or like football
Oh,
games,
okay.
and
Yeah.
it's more immersive.
I
So
will say, oh, fuck. That I would like I would like a VR thing. Whatever. What's the one from Facebook? Is that the Oculus?
yeah, Oculus, yeah,
Yeah. But you now have to have a Facebook account
and
and like you,
it's causing them to be banned. Some of them somehow.
yeah, because like your Facebook account has to be like in good standing. And I don't really care for that.
What I don't even know what their guideline for good standing is. Like,
I don't know. I don't either because they don't really ever have a real strict anything. You could just say fuck Facebook and then maybe you're not in good standing. I have no idea.
sure, you could be like Jim Jordan and Ted Cruz, and they're like, and what's Matt Geist, and they're like, why do you Facebook hate conservatives for?
Yeah.
So I mean, they are a private corporation. Just to let you know, they don't have to put anybody's free speech out there.
No, I just don't think that I should not be able to use their product if I don't want to create a Facebook. Like I understand creating like an account
Yeah,
for like Steam or something like that, but like
yeah.
I what if I don't want to use my Facebook? I guess I could create a new Facebook.
Create just like a
All right.
VR, a
All right,
V.
here we go. We
Okay.
got we got 15 minutes and we need to talk about this last Mando episode.
Oh gosh. We were
I
doing
got
so
some
well.
stuff to say.
We were doing so good on talking on holidays, but I love Mando, so we can do it.
Well, here's what I'm thinking.
Oh
I'm
god.
thinking
Wait, I know what you're gonna say.
we need to talk the latest Mando episode every episode.
Okay,
If
that's
that
fine.
makes sense.
That's
It's
fine.
going to be the end times.
It's gonna be the conclusion of the show when we get to the Mando topic.
Yeah,
And
and then start arguing.
gotcha. Oh, we can do that.
All right.
We're very well at doing that.
You watched it, obviously.
Of course.
I watched it.
I hope so.
Now, before I give you my input, I need your input. You've got 5 minutes.
Jeez, I got a time limit too. So, like, what do you want me to do? You want me to like grade
I
it,
just
or?
need you I just need you to tell me your thoughts.
I really liked it. That's first off. I
Which
was
you're coming very much from um
no Clone Wars reference. Yes,
yes, you're coming from a no Clone Wars reference. So
that's
I
fine.
need to know what your thoughts on a character that you've never seen before be basically
What?
back introduced.
Yeah, but they didn't really talk about her much. I mean, besides,
No, they did not.
which I think is probably good for them to be safe. So overall, I thought it was a very good episode out of this season. It's definitely it's it's either one or two. It's in the top two at the moment. I think it's up
Okay.
there. I think it's up there with the last one. Not this past one, but the one before where the
Right.
other Mando showed up. Um, I mean I know you're looking to see what I thought about Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano. I
Well,
think she
only kind of because again, you don't have much
yeah
reference.
yeah I think she did great. I was actually relatively pleased with her portrayal. Of course, it's kind of easy for her because the makeup and all that crap kind of did it all for her. And
Right.
I know from like small bits of seeing Ahsoka and other things that she seemed to have uh, gotten the kind of the movement down pretty well. Of course, I don't know how much of that was CGI and all that crap, but I thought she did a good job. Everybody's hating on the Grogu name. Uh, I,
Why?
I don't know. A lot of people think it's
Why would
dumb. People think it's
I,
dumb.
it's just because
It's
people are like, well, it should just be called a child.
you know, no, they want it to be called Baby Yoda. They don't want it to be called a child. They
It's
want it to be.
not Baby Yoda.
I know, but that's what everybody calls it, and I get in arguments
I
with people.
know.
And but that was good. I love that they put the Thrawn in it. Oh, that's such a great twist. I didn't know who that lady was, and you never even heard of her. The one that
Right.
so she was good. Quite she well, I guess she died. We don't really know 100% sure, but I'm guessing she did. And if she told him about where Thrawn was, would be interesting. I don't know. I mean, I've watched it like 3 or 4 times now. How much I really liked it,
The
and
last episode you watched it 3 or 4 times?
yeah, I really liked it.
Good golly.
Yeah. So, where it goes from here? Apparently, they're gonna find other Jedi. He's gonna go to the old Jedi Temple, and eventually they're gonna send out that little beacon that brings whatever Jedi close by to it. So I don't really understand that. So that was kind of the iffy part to me. Like
Right.
if they're gonna bring Jedi and you're already here, you just don't want to do it. So I mean, that was kind of my feeling on Ahsoka.
Well, okay. I mean, that's fair.
So
All
uh,
right. Now,
go ahead.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of my feelings.
Okay, hit me with it. Well, you have more reference too because this is the first time I'm really seeing her like as a character.
Yeah.
So
Ahsoka Tano is my favorite character.
I didn't know that she was
She,
really hated at first because I read up about her afterwards. A lot
yeah,
of
but
people didn't
that's
like her.
at the beginning, just because
Yeah.
like they were just like, well, what the fuck is this? All right. First off, let's start with David Filoni writing and directing this episode. What
Okay.
a big deal that is, because
He,
that is the writer and director of the Clone Wars.
that's true. I read about that.
Really, that I was just like, oh my god, that's fucking cool. Um, but
It wasn't his first time directing Mandalorian though. He did like 2 or 3 other episodes.
right, but it was really nice knowing that he did
Yeah,
like
for
that.
Ahsoka. Yeah.
Ahsoka is his character. Like
True.
I mean, I guess maybe not his. I don't know who in that studio created it. It doesn't really matter. That he was a part of it.
True.
But um, I was worried
I know you're.
because
Yeah.
the voice is so distinct. So, but like the timeline is real weird.
Yeah.
And
That,
I was kind of having like a little crisis at first because Clone Wars happens. They were like Yoda was just like, well, the Jedi Council was just like, yo, you killed somebody. Ahsoka was just like, what the fuck? No, I didn't.
yeah.
Anakin was just like, what the fuck? If she said she didn't, she didn't. And then they were just like, beat it, bitch. So then she was just like, all right. And so there was an episode about how he went and found her, and then like they basically was just like, okay, uh, this is the person that killed this person. It wasn't her. And then they were just like, oh shit. But basically that was it. And
Yeah.
Anakin was just like, hey man, you come back, and she's basically like, I'm kicking rocks. deuces. And so she pieces out, and it was like right before Order 66, or right before Order 66. She just dips.
Yeah.
So then like Order 66 pops off. She's kicking it with some clones. Some clones were dickheads, and then she's got a few that were like G's, right? So she's on the outer rim. Long story short, she comes back somehow. And then you've got Rebels, the cartoon show Rebels. So she was like kicking it around in Rebels, and then she like face to face with Darth Vader, so Anakin.
Yeah.
But then like it just closed. Like there was a spot and it was weird, and then we just assumed she's dead. So this is clearly after that.
Well, yeah.
So she's clearly alive.
Yep.
So I'm looking at it as okay, well, first off, this is a weird timeline and she's a little bit older. So I accept the voice is different. It wasn't terrible, so it was okay. I just look at it like she's older, like maybe her voice isn't as high pitch as it used to be.
That's fair. That's actually a good
Cool.
point.
And I accepted that. My biggest issue
Oh god.
was her fighting style.
That was something that's what I was saying. Like her movement, I don't know. I don't have I don't have the same references you do. So I wasn't sure the fighting style was, but she liked to use the force push and the force grab a lot, which I'm guessing she got from Anakin training with Anakin because that was
Yeah,
more
but
his
it's
style.
like she holds her like sabers like she's boxing, right?
Yeah,
So she's and then they're like backwards. And then she basically does that whole thing. And I know that I say she does that whole thing like you can see me as I'm punching the air. But the main thing I think was basically like she was like I don't want to train him because she's no longer a Jedi.
Ooh,
So that mean it'd be weird for that to be a thing anyways.
true. But I mean, she did kind of say she was a Jedi, though. Mostly her thing was that he had such a bond with the Mando that it wouldn't.
No, I mean, I only watched the episode one time, but I'm pretty sure she didn't one time reference herself as a Jedi.
Well, she referenced Jedi. She didn't as herself.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
I mean, her gray sabers are, or white sabers, however you want to look at them, are very much a sign that she is not a Jedi.
Hmm. So, but isn't that like a callback
I
to
guess
her?
technically she's a gray Jedi, but it's a weird like
But they
in
did that as a
between things.
callback, though, right? To Clone Wars, because isn't that how she? Because didn't they say that one scene where she first appeared, where she breaks her saber hilts away and they turn into two gray sabers or white sabers? Isn't that something that
Uh,
she did in the
it would,
cartoon?
but the latest season, yes, but that happened when um it was like in a book that
Gotcha.
happened.
Okay.
So after she was basically like Yoda told her to kick rocks, and um she went out to the outer rim. She like buried her shit because it was basically like Jedi bat equal bad, and she didn't want to like be associated. And um then she like found them again or something like that, and
Yeah.
she turns them on and they're no longer the green they were white, which is basically symbolism that she's now a gray Jedi, which is like morally in betweensies.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. But she did say nice things about Yoda, though.
Yeah, well,
Shouldn't hold any
i
harsh feelings, I guess.
I mean this is clearly years later.
Yeah.
Like I don't know when exactly Mandalorian takes place.
Yeah.
I'm still would like to know like a timeline aspect.
Mhm.
Obviously, it's after the Empire falls, and
Obviously.
clearly it's before the New Republic starts up.
Yeah. Do you do you think that her whole goal is now to go after? Of course, we know her goal is to go after Thrawn, but how do you think they're gonna tie him into it? Because he was like he was like real good friends with Anakin before the Empire went real bad, and then when he became Darth Vader, they were a little closer, but he kind of disappeared too. So I don't know. I know he's mostly from the books, from my understanding and my
Yeah,
little knowledge of him. But do you think that there might be something like to do with that? If she's not really with the Jedi anymore, maybe she's looking for Thrawn for like I don't know, like an Anakin type thing.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not really sure because,
She's rogue right now, so I mean we don't really know.
well, she's been. I mean, she's been rogue,
Yeah,
but I mean,
but see, I
I
guess.
would like to see.
Hmm. Do you think that they'll bring back? Well, what other Jedi do you think they're gonna bring back? If you have any idea, like if you had to guess, like if any certain
Fuck,
Jedi,
I don't. I have no idea
because you know
because
that's what it's leading up to. Because he's gonna take him to the old Jedi temple, and they're gonna send.
if I had to take a wild guess, it would be a new person.
You think so?
Yeah.
So no, like Obi-Wan sighting at all.
Obi-Wan's pieced.
Well, he's hanging out, on Tatooine, watching over. Well, no, Luke's gone. Actually, no, yeah, he is peace. I'm right. I'm losing my
I
mind.
mean, Luke is still technically
It's true.
around, so
So Luke, yeah,
maybe Luke, but I don't think it would be Luke either.
yeah, true. Hmm.
Depending, I guess, depending on, well, maybe.
I
Because I
actually,
guess if this is before the new order,
yeah,
it could be Luke because Luke trained um fuck, what's that kid's name? With
Kylo.
the yeah.
What's his name? It wasn't like he was the main guy in the third.
Yeah.
Well, you don't care much for the third trilogy, so whatever.
So, we'll see, man. I guess
Well, what did you think of it overall? Did you really like it? Did
I
you?
did. It definitely seemed like I mean, it was a good episode
I feel
and
like
it was
you're pulled. You're pulled
I am
between.
pulled. It's just it's hard cuz I didn't get I feel like enough.
Uh huh. So
It felt like the episode was long, but I didn't get enough.
I think they just kind of were easing her into it somewhat because I think they knew that they were gonna have like apprehensions from people who watched the Clone Wars and the Rebels, and
But I
knowing
feel
that,
like if like it's no longer a character that is despised like she was in the first season of the Clone Wars.
yeah, well, they should. Everybody loves her. It seemed like from at least from my Twitter feed that everybody was really digging like the whole introduction of her. She was a liberator and all that good stuff,
Yeah.
saving the people from the evil magistrate. So
I mean, that book, man. There's a really good book. It's like I guess it's came out right or a little before the latest Clone Wars season.
is it
So,
is that are you talking about the Ashoka Tano book?
yeah,
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I haven't
I'm
read
a big
it.
fan.
You're just a big fan of Ashoka Tano.
I am.
So I just feel like, I mean, I'm glad to hear that you actually liked it because I was worried that your
I
blinders.
was I was also worried.
I was worried about your blinders being a little closed to other
I feel like
interpretations.
I was able to justify it with the age where it was put,
That's fair.
if that makes sense.
Because wasn't she like maybe late teens or middle teens when she booked it from Anakin?
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah. So I mean that's a fair. That's actually a pretty fair assertion to do because as you age, stuff does change. So,
yeah.
but I don't think it'll be the last we see of her. She's too big of a character. She's gonna make an appearance again here soon. I'm sure it's gonna be something between her and Tarkin trying to get the Thrawn because he's probably somewhere working in hiding somewhere.
Yeah.
Not Mark Tarkin, Moff Gideon, Tarkin.
Yeah.
He's dead. Tarkin's gone. We don't worry about him. But Gideon, yeah. So it should be interesting. I'm really digging it. It's been a great season. It's
It
just
has.
it could. I think it's just. I just don't know what they're. I'm just interested to see what other Jedi they introduce. Cause I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be Luke, because I think that's too much of a too big of a thing, and I don't
I
think
feel like it'll be somebody new.
it'll be somebody that we've heard of, but that's just not really featured a lot, or a Jedi that was in like either the show or in the books that was talked about, but not really like front and center. So then they'll probably use like the Mandalorian as a chance to expand the character beyond what they were. So that would be my guess. So
Yeah.
so we'll see. But it's going good. I enjoyed it. I may even watch the episode again tonight. I liked it so much. But
All right.
it's I gotta have something to do till Friday. Wait for the
I
next
guess.
episode. Are you a fan of the weekly episodes, or do you like it if they
No,
just
I
drop
want
them?
it to all drop.
So you just binge watch it in like one day? Just sit there
Yep.
and watch every episode?
Yeah, that's what I want.
Wonder why Disney Plus did it this way. I don't know why.
Because it is their bread and butter.
No, I know we had this discussion last week. I don't know if it's bread or butter. It's a good
It,
30 to 40% of their sales.
I think it might be a little over that.
That's fair. I guess we can agree to disagree.
That is basically our entire friendship.
That's a fair point. That's a very fair point. Well, it looks like it brought us to the end. You were right, man. It would end up being right about the time that we ended our Mando's discussion. That it'd be time to bid adieu until another week.
That is true. Now, I do want to bring up
Oh, God.
that I do want some input from the community on it topics, whether it be, anything you want to hear us talk about. I'm willing to talk about it. I mean,
Same
we're
here.
now streaming on Twitch and YouTube, so on YouTube, I guess just leave comments. On Twitch, nothing. You just wait until next time, and then that's it.
You can always reach out to us on Twitter. Don't forget about
Oh,
Twitter.
I'm so sorry. Twitter as well.
Yeah, because we're both pretty much Twitter guys, so we do a lot on Twitter. So I check that almost daily, and I'm checking the YouTubes and the Twitches every chance
Yeah.
I get. So
The
we'll
YouTubes and the Twitches.
yep, gotta keep up with the community, man, like you said. Well, Alex, it was another good chat. I think
Yeah.
would be a good
It
time.
was.
Be a good time to end, and I guess we'll pick back up next Sunday.
All right, sounds